Guardians of the Galaxy gear up for an electrifying return in their highly anticipated third and final chapter within the unplanned hanging of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Brace yourselves, for the recently unleashed trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is an absolute treasure. But before we embark on this breathtaking breakdown, before getting started, I want to ask all my favorite audience and subscribers, what do you think the future holds for the Guardians of the Galaxy? James Gunn has written and directed the Guardians of the Galaxy, which are very personal to him. When James completed the script for Volume 3, he tweeted, which read every bit of my heart. And now I understand why this movie was action-packed and one of the best MCU movies ever made. If you disagree, let me know in the comments that it's also Gunn's last movie for Marvel Studios. We're turning our attention to the film's Easter eggs, subtle details, and comic references that you might have missed now. Something that many fans immediately clocked is that Guardians of the Galaxy have new costumes in the third film. The costumes are based on their iconic look from the 2008 comic book run, and they also incorporate the Ravagers logo, which references Star-Lord's roots. The film also assumes that viewers have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, as it is referenced several times throughout the film. So without any delay, let's get started our Easter eggs. The legendary Star-Lord. Galaxy 3's Easter egg says at the end credits tag, the legendary Star-Lord is back. The name was taken over to the comic as it wasn't promoted. This refers to the 2014 to 2015 solo comic book Legendary Star-Lord by Sam Humphries. For now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 may mean the end of his Guardian streak, but the new superhero name does a good job of his comic book history. I am Groot. It's no secret among Guardians fans that only the Guardians themselves can understand what he's saying when he says his famous 3 words, I am Groot. Gamera didn't understand what Groot was saying at first.
I know who you are already!
In a heartwarming twist, Gamera discovers her newfound ability to comprehend Groot's language after their shared experiences.
I'm Groot.
Thanks. Just tell them I'm gonna be right.
Although understanding Groot's speech may not be explicitly outlined, the Guardian takes on the responsibility of translating Groot's words. This delightful revelation adds another layer of connection and unity among the Guardians, fostering a deeper bond that transcends linguistic barriers. In part of the film, Peter translates Groot's speech to the villains, and after Groot says, I am Groot, Peter translates it as suck my.
He says suck my.
The comedic cut for some reason. Adults in the audience will know that he could have ended this sentence with a few words, all of which contain vulgar language. He clearly couldn't finish the sentence, leaving it to the audience's imagination. Young viewers may not understand what this phrase means, but adults certainly do. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The Ravagers reassembled. Sylvester Stallone returns with his team of Ravagers/Guardians in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as Staker Ogord. Viewers see Stakar once again interacting with Martinex, Michael Rosenbaum, Kruger and Mainframe, Tara Strong, while the other 2 members, Aleda Ogord, Michelle Yeoh, and Charlie Ving Rhames are excluded from the film. There is no reason Aleda and Charlie would be missing from Staker's Ultimate Ravagers roster after it was implied that the team would reunite in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The Evolutionary World. It does a good job of bringing High Evolutionary's comic origins and power to the MCU, including the introduction of Counter-Earth. This planet is quoted accurately from the comics as where the advanced believer wants his utopian society to exist. In Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he reveals that the Counter-Earth had to be destroyed and rebuilt many times because the experiment needed improvement. Counter-Earth has been part of Marvel Comics since 1972 and has been reborn many times. Growing out of a relationship. A prominent theme explored in the film revolves around Gamera and Peter's relationship, capturing the poignant journey of outgrowing and acknowledging the changing dynamics. Peter desperately attempts to rekindle their past love, unaware that Gamera has transformed into a different individual. Their struggle epitomizes the challenge of accepting and embracing personal growth and evolution. Logically, he denies her now in the same way she denies them once. It was smart not to put Peter and Gamera together at the movie's end. Once a great couple, it's clear that they both need different things. Only adults can probably understand the raw pain of the Peter and Gamera scene. After spending so much time mocking the legitimacy of their relationship, Gamera confesses to Peter, I bet we had fun.
I bet we were fun.
This small moment justifies Peter's feelings, at the same time showing that the relationship between the two is over the limit. The reunion option isn't necessarily completely out of consideration, but it's resolved now. This teaches us that people must accept each other for who they are and allow them to grow instead of being confined. The James Gunn DC connection. Before James Gunn joined DC Studios, his roles in Suicide Squad and Peacemaker led to many DC actors making cameos in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. DC cast made into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Daniela Melchior, who played Ratcatcher 2 in Suicide Squad, has a cameo as an Orboscope staff member. Pete Davidson, who starred in the Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad Peacemaker, has a cameo as an animal experimenter in Counter-Earth. Sean Gunn, who played Kraglin in Guardians of the Galaxy and Weasel in Suicide Squad, has a cameo as Ravager. Gunn says he enjoys repeatedly working with the same actors and likes having cameos from friends and colleagues in his films. He's also said to be a fan of both Marvel and DC, and enjoys blurring the lines between the two worlds. His DC actor cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a fun way for Gunn to show appreciation to friends and colleagues, blurring the lines between Marvel and his DC. It's also a method. The cameo will please fans of both series and is a testament to Gunn's love of both comics and filmmaking. Star-Lord feels responsible for Thanos' snap. One of the biggest references to the MCU in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is Peter Quill's admission that he was partially responsible for Thanos' snap. He summarizes the Avengers events as follows. In Infinity War, he notes that his emotional reaction to learning of Gamera's death allowed the Mad Titan to regain the upper hand. In the wake of the Avengers, Peter's actions have sparked a lot of criticism online. Release of Infinity War. Now, in the MCU's reference to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Thanos accepts some responsibility for the destruction of himself and half of all life in the universe over 5 years. It became clear. Peter's backpack contains a photo of his mother and grandfather. In a delightful cameo, Peter Quill's mother and grandfather make an appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 through photographs. Interestingly, Peter's video camera reveals a surprising connection, as it was the same one Yondu had when he was abducted in 1988. This marks a departure from Peter's usual awesome mixes. Remember his mom? He could have seen pictures of his mother and grandfather for years thanks to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Easter eggs. High Evolutionary creates a new Marvel hero, Phyla-Vell. The very last Easter egg comes to an end. Thanks to High Evolutionary experiments, a new Marvel hero debuts in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Phyla-Vell is also confirmed to be among the smaller captives. One of Marvel's most powerful space heroes, she'll be an official member of the new Guardians of the Galaxy team in the post-credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Her powers traditionally come from the quantum bands, so the MCU changed her origin by tying her powers to the High Evolutionary experiments. That was for my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I hope you people like it. In this movie, we discovered numerous delightful Easter eggs, sparking excitement and joy. We also relished exploring the film's overarching themes that revolve around the profound significance of family, friendship, and self-discovery. It's an extraordinary cinematic masterpiece that resonates deeply. Anticipation surges as we eagerly await the forthcoming chapters of Guardians of the Galaxy, confident that director Gunn's visionary will deliver astonishing marvels that surpass our wildest expectations.